Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the first government contracting AI agent. I'm going to show you exactly how I use it, what I use it for, and how it's different from what we are used to, for example, ChatGPT. So most people at this point, 99.9% of everyone I've ever talked to in my life has used ChatGPT at this point. The thing is, ChatGPT is very good specifically for broad or general queries. So if we are talking, for example, about let's say government contracting, which is what we're talking about here, ChatGPT would be able to pull information from the web that's generic. It's not gonna understand the needs of a government contractor. For example, I would like to know spending information. I would like to know about government contracting opportunities. I would like to break them down. I would like to understand if I could potentially find partners for government contracting. This stuff, ChatGPT is not going to be able to help me with. For example, find me partners for construction services in California. For NAICS code, I don't know the construction services, but let's just do that. What it's doing, it's searching the web for construction services or partners for California. And what it gave me was a broad list of companies that if you actually go after those, like this one has a Wikipedia page and they're a large general contractor, not what I'm trying to do. So a government contracting agent has the tools and capabilities to actually answer these questions. And I'm going to show you exactly what are these. So here I'm going to show you Sammy, which is the government AI agent. It's the first government AI agent in the world. And what makes it so special, it's meant and it's built and it's trained on government contracting data. Here are the things that Sammy, the SAM Search Government AI agent, can help us with. It can do search, so it can search for federal contracts, state local contracts, SBIR, DIPS, forecast, so it can pull forecasts from the future. Subcontracting opportunities, it could find you partners, it could do opportunity search. Spending analysis, contract details, top contractors, agency analysis, market insights, location analysis, news, web search, all of that jazz. So I could potentially come and ask it questions like, what is my NAICS code if I work in renovation? So now it's searching my user knowledge. I have information in my profile that it pulled information from it and it gave me the analysis that this would be my NAICS code. Now, I also always like to use the voice feature because I don't want to be typing a lot. So we're going to do that right now. For example, I'm going to ask it, give me federal government contracts for my NAICS code. And as you can see, it has the ability to find out that I'm looking for federal contracts. So it's searching for federal contracts. And it found me these residential remodeling contracts. And I have the summary NAICS code deadline type for each one of them. Now I could ask more questions, for example, like give me subcontracting residential modeling contracts. Now we're focusing on the search part, but as you can see, it understood what subcontracting is, and then it found these residential remodeling opportunity. Now I could say, give me forecast for residential remodeling. And now it's using the forecast search skill, and it's pulling these information from the forecast search, analyzing, and I have these remodeling forecasts and with their links, obviously, and their details. Now, we have kind of looked into how it could help us with search. And if we were to do the same with ChatGPT, would not be able to do that. So I could potentially say, give me a residential remodeling forecasts, or let me specify GovCon. And then it would not be able to do that because it's going to search the web. It doesn't have access to that data. It's going to give you like general information, which if we wanted to, we could ask it for general statistics, but that's not what we're asking for. So the difference between ChatGPT and this is that this has the access to the government contracting data that would make it useful for government contractors. Now, let's say I want to analyze a specific location in terms of spending. Give me spending analysis for residential remodeling in Los Angeles, California over the past 4 years. So now it's confirming, would you like me to get market insights? Yes, do that. And now it's finding, using market insights, it analyzed some contracts, gave us the total value, minimum contract value, what's the average value of these contracts, the contract size, key takeaways, the average size, because it's pulling that information from government contracting data. Now, I want to find partners, for example, find me residential remodeling partners in California that I could work with. So now it's going to pull out the partner data. And as you can see here, it found me some companies that focus on residential remodeling. I have their contact information, when they were established, and I would not be able to pull that information through ChatGPT. Now, obviously, one key thing that's very important, besides the searching and the market analysis, the top contractors, agency, or even contact information, what we want is we want to be able to break down government contracts. And that's the most important use case when it comes to AI agents for government contractors. So let me actually show you how would that look like if we were to do this using Sammy. The difference and the key thing is when a AI agent is built for government contracting, its whole purpose, its view will be different. So in this case, the main thing I want to be able to find the information I want. But more than that, I want to be able to know where it got that information from. So we have this document here, and I want to ask Sammy, like, what are the key requirements? I have no idea about this opportunity. And it found me those details, but that's not enough information for me. I want to be able to know where it got that information from. So in this case, there's the details about the NAICS code. And when I clicked on the reference, I was able to see this highlighted box. And then you could see here that it got this information from here. You could see this is the NAICS code, for example. Or let's say we want to get the point of contact. Actually, let's just do that. Who's the point of contact for this opportunity? And as you can see here, it pulled that information. But if I click on this, I'll be able to see where it's coming from. Now, the value of this might not be obvious in this specific opportunity because there's only one document and it's a small one. Let's actually go after one that's bigger. Now let's look at this one. This one has more documents, as you can see here. And we want to understand this on a deeper level. Now, I have the statement of work. I have a bunch of other documents that I have to go through. See this one, for example, not so fun. Now, I could come here and ask, what are the key requirements, for example? And now it's going to pull that information and it's going to highlight where it's getting that information from. Super fast, by the way, and it's getting into exact details of what exactly are the requirements. Now, each one of these questions, we could dwell more into it, but let's say we click on this and you can see here, view in document. We were able to get the general instructions from page 23 of this document. Super easy, super easy. All I have to do is just come here and this is, for example, they meet all the requirements. They have to be registered in SAM. Where is this coming from? You see here, it's pulling all of that information and it's making it super easy for me to understand and get accurate information of where that information is coming from. Now, let's say the good thing about this is you could actually have a conversation. So, for example, we get to this instructions, and then I see that there's something here that I don't understand or I want to summarize. I could then ask it questions about that. So, give me, let's just give me more info about the installation. And obviously, with these different numbers, it could easily navigate between the different documents. I have the document here, I have this. And I have multiple chats, all with the same opportunity. So I could start a new one from scratch and ask new questions, ask it to break down things. This would help me a lot once we get to the second part, which is actually writing a proposal. Let me know if you want me to cover that. The proposal part is very important, and especially with the compliance matrix, we'll be able to generate a full compliance matrix and use that to make sure we're hitting all the requirements and key things in the requirements of the opportunity. So that could be possibly our next video, but I just wanted to highlight the importance of a AI government contracting agent and how it differs a lot from ChatGPT or all these AI tools. We are now at a point and an age where specialization is key. And for really high level government contractors, ChatGPT is not cutting it anymore, and all other AI tools. And this will make a difference for you because it has the tools that you need as a government contractor. So I hope this was helpful. You can get samsearch.co. I'll leave a link in the description. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.